Hold up. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Chisam Obiburu. I know that I've kept almost 500 of you waiting for a very long time, but I'm here now, and if you're a young professional, I think this video is going to be very helpful for your development, for your career advancement. So stay to the end of this video. So the video is going to be talking about 10 points in general. So my first point would be that as a young professional, you always have to follow up. I know sometimes you can feel that you've started out a task, but you need to keep up tabs on the necessary people that are in collaboration with the work. For example, if you have sent out a report, has the report been read? Have they given you feedback? So it's always like that. It's almost like a circle, meaning that you don't just send out a project or a report out and you don't follow up. You always have to follow up. My second point would be on approvals. So it's very different once you join a company. There are procedures and steps that you have to follow. So for example, if you have a senior manager that has to approve for a particular project or travel that someone has to go for, it's not just you sending it out and it goes that way, boom. No, so it takes a process, it takes steps. So for example, if you need that task to be done on time, on earlier, you have to send out for the approvals to the necessary departments for it to make it more possible and snappy for you. So the third point would be about hierarchy. So you need to identify the level of hierarchy when in operations in general. So let's take a look. For example, it's a fast moving consumer good company that you work for, and you have to report to an officer, or you have to, for example, report to a coordinator or something. So if you have to report to an officer first, do that, put that person in tag or in copy. Don't just go jump quickly because you think you can send the email directly to the coordinator. Guys, don't do it. Don't do it. Humans are very different and they think things differently, especially in the kind of culture, organizational culture that you're working on. You need to take note of hierarchy, meaning that do things right, follow the hierarchy in the company. So fourth point, as I don't want this video to be very long, will be on growth. So prior joining the company, and for example you've been there for like 3 months, 6 months, or a year, depending, I believe by then you should have analyzed how the growth structure is in the company. So for example, it's like a flat structure, then you should know that there are not much room for growth or opportunities per se. But if it's in a different structure whereby there is room for growth, for progress, where there are more employees in the company, then you should know by then what your growth, for example, would look like. To add, I think you should also consider what growth means for you, because for some people they see growth as getting more knowledge or being more trained in a company, while for some other people they might see growth as growing in their, for example, the level or promotion, while some other people see growth as being in a particular position for a long period of time and gaining enough knowledge to practice and then move on to another organization or get into their own personal practice, more of entrepreneurship. So you have to identify what growth means for you. So my fifth point would be about knowing about the different personalities in your organization. Of course, human beings, they are quite different in how they think, in their mindset, in their experience, and how they've been trained. So you always have to understand and give room for people because they are very different from you. You might be thinking that the person is doing things wrongly, but how about you? The person might be like, why does she do things that way? So put at the back of your mind that you are dealing with different people. So as a young professional, you want to succeed, you want to move forward, you want to advance in life. You don't want to tarnish your image very early as a young professional. So always remember that people are different, and you're in the workplace, you're just getting to understand the intricacies of the work environment. Always remember that people are different, their personality also are different from yours, but you always have to accommodate them because you were employed there to work. Quickly, I'm going to move on to the next point. So as a young professional, they have various plans to work with, flexible plans. For example, it can be remote. When I say remote, I mean that you're working from home, which of course the future of work will be demanding most of that, except in manufacturing companies that most people have to be on ground. So remote can be you working from home, the company provides you with tools to work with. And then there's the part of hybrid, meaning that you have to be partly in the company sometimes, and then you work from home. Also, that of being on site, meaning that you are fully working at the office. So you have to take note of this and understand. For example, before you accept a job offer, you need to do your research, confirm from the hiring team how they would like you to work, if they want you to work hybrid or they want you to work remotely. If you're going to be working remotely, are you going to be provided with the resources, the tools, the equipment to work with? And of course, I think you should ask how you're going to be measured, because you don't want in a case whereby you're performing and you're not getting sufficient feedback. So it's really good in cases like this that you ask for questions as this. So my 7th point would be that you need to understand. Oh, nice, the sun is smiling at me. So never mind, you need to understand the culture where you operate, right? Know how things are done. So if they want you coming in early rather, make sure you come in early. If, for example, most people, or you've observed that they clock out late, I know it's quite difficult because people have their personal preferences on how they work, but try as much as possible to not leave before 5. And in some cases, some companies will expect you to work weekends depending on the sector that you work in, but do understand the corporate culture, so you're not be seen as a different person, or you're not seen as someone that really cares about the mission and value of the company. So I will say it again, guys, understand the culture you work with. For example, I'm going to use Tech Expert. It's not really like corporate. It's a corporate organization, but in their dressing is totally different. That's like an IT company. So most IT companies, they require that you come as you are. But in some other companies, for example, like banks, there's no way you'll be going to the bank and you won't look corporate, because it picks a form of expectation. No, is it expectation? Yeah, it picks a particular perception for people if you're not dressed properly or you're not dressed in a corporate manner. So it's more like you taking people's money and running away. Running away, guys. Caught. So guys, if you've watched till this time, I really appreciate you. Please take time out to head on to my Instagram channel and follow me. And I'd like to know what you guys think. Would you want videos as this? Do let me know in the comment section. Of course, I'm willing to read and help you guys be more and better in your profession. So my 8th point is to maintain a good relationship with your colleagues, with your boss. From the top to the bottom, bottom to top, try and be as professional and human with your colleagues, your bosses. Don't be rude. Try to represent yourself and be the change that you seek. So my 9th point in particular is for people that are still perhaps fresh or new in the organization. So aside pay, always ask for benefits. Not all HR personnel are going to let you know the benefits that you are entitled to, while a couple of them will just allow you just pass by it, but few of them might be willing to share what your benefits might look like, or they might just allow you grow into the role. So not all of them might be willing to share these benefits with you. So it's very important that you ask for your benefits that you are entitled to, and please do this on time, because it's quite difficult for them to try to backdate. A few people will do that, while some others will never ever do that. So guys, finally, my last point would be that always try to do a good job and just keep being positive. Whatever it is, whatever pruning, whatever advice, whatever reprimand that comes to you, just know it's for the best. I want you to increase your level of self-awareness, and then know that regardless, you're going to have a successful career. So guys, now I've come to the end of this video. If you did like this video and you want more of this, I'll be willing to help. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for staying by. Peace.